I think it's been good. We've gone over a lot of stuff. Getting through the systems early in camp, which I think is important. You can kind of get it in your repertoire and not think as much, obviously later in the season and later in preseason as well. So, I think it's been great so far.
What encourages you that you can get back to that 40-goal form for you?
I think a lot of it is, different luck and different situations. I think, I've got to focus a little bit more on bearing down when I get my chances. I think last year I, gave up a lot of chances, maybe got lazy on it or whatever it may be, hit a post or stuff like that. So, I think a lot of it was like that. So, I'm pretty confident getting back to that form. And obviously we have a lot of great players here to play with. So, I'll just try to find the space out there and, they'll give me the puck as well.
How important are these days and even exhibition for you just to establish some chemistry with Dylan and whoever else ends up on the other wing?
Yeah, it's super important. I think, obviously I've never played with, a lot of these guys. I played with Dylan a little bit, at world championships and stuff, but, I think chemistry is super important to get out of the way early and, learn how they play, learn where they like to be, and then you can kind of just play off each other, which is makes the game a lot easier.
Last thing, just how are you enjoying camp in Traverse City, being in Traverse City?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's great to get all the guys together. It's fun to, be at the rink, and then also when we leave, there's a lot of stuff to do here, so we can all get together, go to dinners, and really get to know each other before the season starts.
Thank you.
Ted?
So Alex, when did it sink in, you think, for you that, okay, I'm a Red Wing and all that? Was there a point here during the summer, or was it right maybe this week or what?
Yeah, it's probably this week. I think over the summer, sometimes it would hit me and sometimes it wasn't fully there. So once I started going to the rink every day, maybe the past couple of weeks really hit me. It's been a fun time so far. It's really exciting for me, and I'm definitely excited to start this year and play with this team.
It's cliche, but how excited are you? Is this something that, growing up, was the Red Wings, playing for the Red Wings, was that that would have been pretty cool or what?
Yeah, for sure. It's a dream come true. I think, obviously growing up for me, it was, they were making the playoffs every year. It was so fun to root for them, and they were winning Stanley Cups. And that was definitely a dream of mine to play here. And, I'm just grateful it happened, and hoping to get back to that stage of winning and, really contributing here.
Just going back to you and Dylan, as far as chemistry or whatnot, is that something that can come over time, you think? Or, you guys played a little bit during the summer, I guess, just pick up and all that. Does that even stuff like that kind of help?
Yeah, for sure. I think it definitely comes over time. Like I said, I think, over time you learn where guys like to be on the ice and where they're the most deadly from. So I think if we can just read off each other, it makes the game a lot easier. And that definitely comes over time. I think he's obviously got a lot of speed and can move up the middle, and I think that's gonna opens up a lot of speed for his line mates, or a lot of room for his line mates. So he's definitely fun to play with, and yeah, it should be fun.
Appreciate this. Thanks, Alex.
Max?
Hey, Alex, over the past, ever since the trade, people have come on here and talked about aspects of your game that they think are underrated because people get so lost in the shot. I'm curious, what do you think about your game maybe doesn't get the love it should?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just try to go out there, create as much as I can. I think, I like to get in the mix in the corners. I like to get pucks back. Obviously last year I didn't have the best two-way game, I think, but in past years I've been a pretty good two-way forward and getting back in the D zone and creating offense that way. And I think that's what I got to get back to. And I think that creates so many more chances for me and my line mates. So I think that's something that I'm going to be working for.
I think you knew Dylan fairly well already coming in, but what's it been like to skate on a line with him these first couple of days?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Obviously he's a great player. Like I was saying, he's so fast. He's so fast up the middle. He creates a lot of room on the wings and really pushes the D back on different rushes, 3-on-2s, 3-on-3s, and really creates that space. So should be a lot of fun to play with him. He skates so effortlessly, and it's it's been fun to watch for a while, and I'm looking forward to playing with him.
And then last thing, you've played against Moritz Seider a decent amount by now, but what are your impressions of practicing with him and having him as a teammate?
Yeah, he's awesome. I think obviously it's going to be a lot better having him on our team and playing with him than against him. He's very skilled, such a great skater. I was noticing today, any pass you give to him, he picks it up. It doesn't matter where it is in his feet or on his backhand, stuff like that. I think that's kind of underrated about some of these guys. So he's special to watch, and it's definitely going to be a lot more fun playing with him than against him.
Thank you.
George?
Hi, Alex. I was wondering, we've talked to a couple players about the physicality and the competitiveness that has been displayed over the course of training camp thus far. Does that help you get into the team dynamic, being able to bump and grind a little bit and show off your physicality?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's how you want to play. You want to play hard and get pucks back when you need it. So I think that competitive edge during training camps obviously going to carry right into the season, and the hard work has to start here, or else it's probably not going to start. So I think we really need to grind during camp, and it will become a lot easier during the year.
You might be playing with Lucas Raymond, you might be playing with David Perron, you might be playing with somebody else. Can you speak to the assets that you see in Lucas and David?
Yeah, I think Ray's very skilled. He's obviously he's a good skater as well. He really comes in when he gets over the blue line. He can create so much space on his own, and I think he's a good passer as well. So I think he's probably more of a pass first guy, but he's got a great shot too. So yesterday was fun playing with him, and then Perron is just hard on the puck all the times. Really works hard. He's got a great shot as well, and is obviously just a veteran guy in this league. Knows where to be, and it's really easy to play with him. I think he's in the right spots at all the right times, and it's just it was a good practice today.
And finally, for me, you've been playing for the Senators for the last season and the Blackhawks before that. I'm wondering if there's been anything different systemically speaking over the first 2 days that you're wrapping your head around.
Yeah, I think yesterday was maybe a little bit different than other places I played. I think a lot of it's similar to the way we played in Ottawa. So it should be a little bit easier for me to grasp, but like I said, it's going to come with time. It's going to, first day was, thinking a lot out there, maybe not just, playing the game as much. So, but once I get that down, it'll be, second nature, and should be, easy to transfer.
Thank you.
Sam?
Alex, do you feel as though the experience of changing teams last summer has sort of helped you out or informed your approach to joining a new team again this summer?
Yeah, for sure. I think last year was maybe a little bit harder of a transition. I was in Chicago for a while, and played the same way pretty much all the years, and then last year was different systems, different all that. So I think last year is definitely going to help me this year. And obviously when you go into a new group, I'm pretty shy in general. So sometimes it's tough to get in there and feel comfortable right away. But I feel like the guys have done a great job for me this time. And it's been a fun camp so far.
To go back to the question of sort of developing chemistry with new teammates, do you feel as the beyond just kind of getting more time with them, what does that process of developing chemistry look like on a kind of day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's just playing together. I think, you know, the more we do those low area, obviously in the ozone, the more we do the low area games and see where, you know, guys kind of like to hang out. For me, I'm always trying to, you know, study that a bit more and try to read off players. So when you haven't played with someone, it's a little bit harder to, you know, kind of find those spots, those soft areas. But you know, even a couple practice, it comes pretty easy. And you know, I think moving forward, it should be a lot easier.
And then I guess a kind of 10,000-foot view type question. What do you view as the most important thing for this team to take away from training camp by the time it's all said and done?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, you know, we need to pin down our systems and work on that, and then it becomes second nature to everyone. And you know, it's just predictable out there. Everyone knows what we're doing. And you know, I think also just the work ethic out there. I think you know, if everyone's going hard, everyone's competing. I mean, we're all competing for jobs here. And you know, I think once that level is to a certain point, it just becomes, you know, easier and easier to compete at that same level every day. And, you know, I think that carries into games, and we want to be the hardest working team out there. So, you know, hopefully that carries over.
Thank you.
Kevin?
Hey, Alex, you know, there's a lot of talented scorers in this league, but very few of them are averaging 30 plus goals over 6 or more years. And I wondered if you've ever kind of thought about, you know, what has allowed you. Is there one particular attribute that you have that sort of kind of fuels you, or that you're proud of, or that you consider your signature for developing your ability as a goal scorer?
I think I have you know, somewhat of a quick release. I think that's how I score most of my goals. And you know, I think just being able to read the play and finding the soft areas, that's helped me you know, so much. I think I've, you know, obviously I watch hockey all the time, try to look at, you know, some of the best goal scorers, some of the best players and what they do and stuff like that. And obviously play with a lot of great players as well. So, you know, you just try to, you know, pick some pieces that's going to work for you of other people's game, and, you know, kind of go through that. So I feel like finding, you know, the soft areas in the space and, you know, in the slot or weak side or stuff like that, I think it's, you know, one of my better attributes.
And through the years, when I've talked to goal scorers, I've often been surprised that they often talk about how they're always worried that the league's going to figure them out. And you know, guys like Crosby and stuff always talk about each year they try to think of something they can change up and adjust in their game that will make them even more difficult to defend against. I wonder if you think in those terms. Do you kind of worry about it and think, well, you know, I got to adjust just a little bit so I'm not predictable?
Yeah, 100%. I think you're always adjusting to, you know, obviously the tendencies of the other team or the other D. And yeah, you don't want to be too predictable. So you want to be predictable to your teammates, but obviously not the other team. So I think if you can have a couple different things that you're looking for, I think it makes the game a lot easier. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely something I think most players think about is you don't want to be shut down by the other team, and you got to find new ways to get out of it. So I think that was kind of something that I had to learn and adjust with maybe my third year. I think that was a big learning year for me, and really made me a way better player.
Thanks, Alex.
Bob?
Alex, I just wondering with Artem Anisimov, what can you tell me about him? I know you had some pretty good success with him in Chicago as a line mate. What kind of attributes can he bring?
Yeah, I think he's a big centerman. I think he can carry the puck up. He plays well with great players, and like I think he's got a very good hockey mind, good hockey IQ. He could really move the puck, and he's really good in the ozone. So I think you know, he's a great player, and you know, we'll see what happens. But he's a great guy, and someone I learned from in my time in Chicago too. I think he's scored goals, you know, every year. Obviously, you know, he hit 20 a couple times, and was someone that really looks out for the young guys and tries to teach them. So he's a good guy to have around.
Thank you.
Last question will go to Ansar.
Yeah, Alex, how well do you know Jeff Petrie, and what do you feel he's going to bring to the team?
Yeah, I just know him for the past couple of weeks. Didn't really know him much before. I think he can bring a lot to the team. I think obviously he's been in the league and been successful in the league for a long time, and you know, he's done a lot of great things, been in the playoffs. I think he's very skilled offensively, but it is very good defensively as well. I think he can really shut down guys, and he's another one that is you know, tough to play against. You know, playing against him a lot, and you know, he's so good with his first pass on the exits in the D zone, and it really makes it easier for, you know, us wingers and us forwards to get out of the zone. I think there's a lot of great things about his game.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.